Okay, we're recording. Okay, PA system's on,
There's one blue light. There should be another light on?
and a red one up top.
So
They're moving. I have them on.
Yep.
They're recording. Okay. June 16th, 2016, Greenwich Township Committee, executive session, members present, Kenyuk,
Here.
Adams,
Here.
Marqueta,
Here.
Larceny,
Here.
Spencer.
Here.
Okay. Adequate notice of this meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act by mailing the schedule of Township Committee to the Express Times, North Star Ledger newspaper, posting copy on Township Bulletin Board, and filing copy with Township Clerk. We're going to be adding one item to the executive session, which is rent.
Greenwich Township versus Town of Phillipsburg, combined with the tax on Township versus Town of Phillipsburg.
Okay. And then litigation, Hummer versus Greenwich Township. Motion to go in executive session.
Motion.
We'll make the motion.
Second?
Frank seconded it. Roll call. Kenyuk,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes.
Marqueta,
Yes.
Larceny,
Yes.
Spencer.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the PA off. Dick.
All right, we're live. All right.
Resolution, sir? What do we got?
Okay, PA system, both of them on?
Oh, that one that you sent to
Both colors? Okay.
Budget amendment that we have tonight.
Okay, thank you. Excuse me.
Okay, you got the gavel? Wherever you are.
Public meeting. Call the meeting to order.
Greenwich Township Committee, June 16, 2016. Adequate notice of this meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act by mailing the schedule of the Township Committee to the Express Times and North Star Ledger newspaper, posting a copy on the Township Bulletin Board, filing a copy with the Township Clerk. Members present, Kenyuk,
Here.
Adams is absent, Marqueta,
Here.
Larceny,
Here.
On the phone.
Spencer.
Here.
All rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Will, you're going to step out. Will?
Okay. You want to hand it off to either me or Bill, or you want to hand it off to Bill since Bob's on the phone?
Yeah.
Bill, you take it.
I'm not there, so.
All right, so we're going to have the second reading of an ordinance authorizing the submission, right?
Yep, so they got
Question
the...
to the voters of the Township of Greenwich at the next general election concerning whether to pursue extending public sewer to a portion of the village of Stewartsville. So I need a motion for
Do you
that.
want me to do anything else on this? Yeah, I'll make a motion to open it to public hearing.
Second.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Kenyuk,
Here, yes.
Marqueta,
Yes.
Larceny.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, does anybody want to make a comment about this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, I need a motion to close public comment.
I'll make the motion to close public comment,
Second?
or public hearing, excuse me.
Kenyuk,
Yes.
Marqueta.
Yes.
Larceny.
Yes.
I'll then adopt the ordinance.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2016-04, an ordinance authorizing the submission of a question to the voters of the Township of Greenwich at the next general election concerning whether to pursue extending public sewer to a portion of the village of Stewartsville.
Second?
Kenyuk,
Yes.
Marqueta.
Yes.
Larceny.
Yes.
Now, we gotta get well. So,
Let the record reflect that Mayor Spencer accused himself from the dais and is now returning to the meeting. Is now returning to the meeting.
I'm just go ahead with the next thing. All right. So the next on the agenda is the Thomas Stewart Park. So we have revised plans that everybody should have gotten a copy of. Mike, the committee doesn't think we need explanation. They're okay with it. So,
Oh, okay, I was just,
unless you wanted something you want to really point out.
no,
Okay.
I just bear with me for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I have another plan, which is the same, the park layout, nothing is different than the sketch you have, other than the name is just Thomas Stewart Park.
Right.
So, and I also brought, and I can do this while you talk, a new,
Great, we can do that after you're done.
yeah, you can...
Yeah. So just real
Yeah.
quick summary. So the path got a little bit more character to it. It winds a little. We moved the parking lot, one of the parking lots away from the homes, and
And we
Should
kind
the
of
concession
we
stand-
flipped the buildings,
Yeah.
we moved the concession stand to the very end of the parking lot, closer to the fields. And
That's pretty much
really
it.
And then walking path.
Yeah,
That,
that's pretty
you know,
much it.
there was a bunch of movement, but it really, comparatively speaking, it's minor stuff.
yeah, we had the berm there, and that's it.
Looks great, do you need a motion?
So we need a motion to send this to the land use board. First, we'll need a motion to accept the latest plans. So I'll make a motion to accept the latest design
Second.
for Thomas Stewart Park.
Second.
So on the second discussion, roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll make another motion to send this to the land use board, for capital expenditure approval and, master plan conformance, Mike, is that
Master plan consistency,
consistency?
to be, yes.
For the courtesy?
And this will be for the July...
Courtesy review,
Courtesy
The
review.
July 13th, meeting?
yes.
Okay.
And this is for
So I
courtesy review.
You made that motion?
Second?
I made the motion.
Second.
Roll call. Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
All right, I think that's it for Bob. Thank you, Bob.
Bob?
Okay, thanks, guys. Have a good night.
All right.
Good. Thanks, Bob.
30th. Have a good weekend.
Bob is now off the phone.
One other thing, I'd like to bring up, we wanted to make a motion, do we want to authorize Will to send a letter to the farmer,
Yes.
that's farming that land up the, where the park's gonna be?
Yes, Mr. Santini.
Just stating our intentions. Mike, when did you plan on breaking ground there? So Will can put it in the,
When am I planning, or when am I hoping?
hoping, planning, just to give them an indication.
Realistically, the earliest we could actually start construction, break ground, would be October.
Okay.
I mean, we've got plenty of work to do. I mean, we just finalized the
All right.
layout, so...
Mike, get a hold of Tim, find out what you want to do and what you want in the letter to go to Mr. Santini, so that way we can properly notify him as to our intentions of the field.
Absolutely.
There you go.
We'll have Mike write the letter up.
Mike write the letter up as to what he wants to do,
Okay.
and,
Do you need a motion for that?
I'll make a motion to authorize Mayor Spencer to send a letter to, should I state the name of the farmer? Robert Santini, stating our intention with the field that he's currently farming.
Second.
discussion, roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to make a motion about executive session.
Authorize me to take the act to discuss the executive session and the two litigations.
It's pretty small. Cinder, what's his name?
Sealer.
Sheeler and Barry, Oprah cases. Make a motion.
I'll do that. Make the motion.
Second. Discussion?
Oh, second. Did you second?
Yeah, second. Discussion, roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
And Spencer?
Yes. Payment of bills.
We got a public comment?
Oh, I'm sorry. Public comment, we're gonna open, need a motion for, open the floor for public comment.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Scott, roll call?
We don't
No.
know.
Oh, no, roll call, I'm sorry. Public comment, each member of the public shall be limited to 3 minutes to ensure completion of agenda items in a timely fashion. Does anybody have any open public comment?
Charles Clyde, 103 Bradford Lane. I'm wondering about this park. I know it looks like it's kind of late, but you sure are pushing this thing through. I'm wondering how many of the public really knows that this park is going in and where the money is coming from. I haven't seen that in the newspaper at all.
Oh, it was a big
It's been
article.
in there.
And I don't know that a small group of people should be making that decision.
Well, so I want to, Charles, if I can, I'm going to correct you there. It was in the newspaper, there was a big layout, had the design.
Really?
Yeah, it was in the Express Times. It was online also.
Today, why wasn't it put on a referendum?
Why wasn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, because it is people's money. This money that was accumulated over a period of time, which I'm surprised it
It's open
was.
space money.
It's state
Okay.
money?
Open space.
Open space.
I don't care who's, it's still the taxpayers' money.
Right.
This is government money, and the government are the people. And I think they should have got the benefit of knowing what was going on with this in a referendum, what it was going to cost, where the money was coming from, and if they had the option of wanting to go, reduce their taxes maybe with that money.
Yeah, so,
I see you guys got your ball fields that you won it 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I guess that's the main purpose of this.
yeah, since this is being videotaped, just for the record, we had showed this plans to the public, we had a special meeting for the public. We had the plans, we went through the plans, we went through the finance, right, so it was advertised, it was shown to the public, we went through the financials.
I know I'm not gonna get anywhere with it, it's just my thought, and again, I think it should have been put on referendum,
Okay, thank you.
and not for a small group of people, and just the people that come to the meeting know about it, you know.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Anybody else for open public comment? Make a motion to close open public comment?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. Payment of bills.
Oh, come on.
Payment of bills?
Kathleen, what's the total?
What? Kathleen?
Wasn't prepared. $910,531.27.
Anything of discussion for, Right. Can you make a motion?
I'll make that motion, to pay the bills in the amount that Kathleen just stated.
Second?
Kayla?
Yes.
For Kenneth?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Kathleen, just one thing, is it possible to get like the bill list, like the Friday before the meeting?
I try to let as many bills come in as I can, so I try to do it on the Monday, but I'll do whatever you want me to do.
But even if you can give us a partial, say, hey, this is a partial, which you'll have a final list Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
If you could just throw whatever you have, say, in an email, hey, this is what,
Okay.
so we can start looking at it. a
So
little
the
bit.
Friday before.
If you can, yeah.
Sure, okay.
Minute?
That's all right.
Okay. Approval of minutes.
Yeah, I have one modification.
For the minutes? or-
Yeah, for the minutes.
Yeah.
If you look at page 6, Will, it has you voting for the referendum, which you recused yourself,
Yeah,
so
I just need to change
just
that.
need to change
Yeah.
that.
It was a couple.
Okay. Which page are we on?
Page six.
Page 6.
It's page 6, I just have to change that one.
Page 6 or page 1?
Yeah.
the minutes.
Page six, yeah.
I didn't even,
So you're abstaining on that.
Yeah, you should say review.
yeah, I'm out of there.
Okay, Frank, are you making that motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make
with that
motion to
one?
approve the minutes with that change to it.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
No.
Roll
No,
call.
roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes. Okay. Resolutions.
Gotcha.
Tab 2. Resolution 2016-50, resolution authorizing refund of tax overpayment for Block 2004, Lot 2, Elaine L. Smith, in the amount of $1,909.16.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes. Was this 2016-51?
Yes.
Resolution,
I'm sorry, it's the annual liquor license renewal, liquor license fee.
okay. It's, resolution number 2016-51, renewal of liquor license for plenary retail distribution, somebody please just turn your cell phone off? Thank you.
I'll make that motion. 2716, for the renewal of liquor license.
A second?
Question, the Rock Corporation of Tewksbury,
Bourbon Street,
that's Bourbon Street?
1 and 2.
Rocks.
Okay, my question is-
2 and 1 on 173.
173.
One is Rockport and Rock Nest Monster.
Good?
You?
Okay, roll call, Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes. That's it for resolutions. Chief Financial Officer?
We ready to go into the budget?
No, we're just going to the budget.
Jimmy, you need anything?
I could just fill you in if you want, real quick, break, fill you in where we stand and where we're going.
We can take a 5-minute recess and we'll leave the room.
Okay, I'll make the motion for a 5-minute recess.
Yes.
Just 5 minutes, sorry about this.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry about that, we just need 5 minutes.
Take care. We're going to leave the room.
What's that?
We're going to go back. Yeah, he stays on. Okay, no, motion to come back to recess.
I'll make that motion, come back.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we reemerged from our second executive session at 8:23 PM, where we discussed one matter with litigation involving the chief. No official action was taken. Copies of these minutes will be available at such time as the committee determines there is no harm to the
Thank
public.
you. Chief Financial Officer.
Okay, you have 3 actions tonight. We'll take them in order. The first item up is the second reading of the COLA ordinance, so it's the hearing on the COLA ordinance.
And number 3.
We need a motion to open up the public hearing? I'll make the motion, open up the public hearing.
Second.
Favor?
Open. All in favor?
Aye.
So we'll open public comment.
Yeah.
Anything on the poll ordinance?
Is that open public comment on the COLA ordinance? COLA, cost of living adjustment. Make a motion to close public comment.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
That's tab 3, I think, right, Kim?
Yes, and now it's a motion to adopt.
I don't think, Will, did you vote in the affirmative? No.
Say yes.
Okay, I didn't hear him.
Oh,
That's ordinance
So which one?
2016-03, Kim?
Yes.
just now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. All right, motion to adopt.
So I'll make that motion for ordinance 2016-03. And it's ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a campaign. That's correct? That's correct.
Second.
Kenya?
Yes.
Yes.
Marqueta? Spencer?
Yes.
Okay, the second item you have on the list is the public hearing on the 2016 budget. I will let you know that there is going to be an amendment on the budget, which is going to be introduced next. But what you do now is you hold the public hearing on the budget, and then after you close the public hearing, that's it. You can't take action on the budget tonight.
So it's just a motion to open the public hearing, a motion to close, do not make a motion to adopt.
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing. What's that, is that an ordinance, budget?
Motion to open the public hearing on the 2016 municipal budget.
On the 2016 municipal budget.
Second.
Yeah.
Right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody in the-
Public hearing on the 2016 budget?
Public comment?
Charles Slattery, 103 Gratiot. There's not many people interested in their taxes, I guess, I don't know. But I see here, they're gonna be going up a little bit again. Now, the way I read this, it's gonna be 2 cents, not 103. Now, doesn't sound like much, but it seems like every year it goes up and never down.
It hasn't gone up in the last 20 years,
Work
right?
on it, so that we get something. That's why I was so much against the park, because there was money there that could have been used to reduce taxes. Because the people out here are hurting, whether they're here or not, they're still hurting. I had a couple of questions regarding, I'm not going to go through everything I went through here, but, just be boring. I noticed that the salaries in general have gone up. It was $1,513,688. The budgeted last year, $1,319,290. It's up 194 from what was budgeted. However, I believe that we spent more than that was budgeted last year in salaries. It seems like we don't have a handle on that or something. Why would we be that much over budget last year for salaries? I don't know if there's an explanation for that or not.
The creation of the budget last year, at the time, you did not have a chief financial officer, so it's my understanding that the then mayor put together the budget with the then auditor, and there was no input from the department heads.
No, we should get our act together, I would say, and somebody should be looking at it.
We do have our act together now,
Kathleen,
very much so.
The police salaries have gone up again. And we go to salaries along the same line.
They're contractual.
Pardon?
They're contractual.
But somebody approves the contract.
Yep.
Maybe we shouldn't approve a contract that easily, always give these guys an increase.
They're not
You know,
approved that
well,
easy.
see, the thing is,
I know.
when employees keep getting these increases, you sit there and say, I can't do anything about it. Yet the public out there don't get these increases. Believe me, they don't. And I'm not speaking just for myself. I don't get an increase at all.
But when you worked, Charlie, did you get an increase when you worked? All right, finish your comment, then we'll talk.
You know, but I know what the public, the private sector is getting out there. They're not getting any increases that I see over here. So we should be careful of that. We should look at that. There's nothing wrong with saying no. So let me ask a couple of things. Parks and recreation, maintenance of parks. The expenses went up to, we budgeted $40,000, $26,000 increase. Any reason for that?
In last year's budget, the actual maintenance of the parks was not budgeted properly. Maintenance fees came out of the road department budget, some of the sewer budget. So in this budget, I wanted to show the realistic number of what it costs to maintain the park.
Oh, that's good. What parks are that? Just this park over here, back
I
here?
don't know. Which
Municipal
parks?
Park, Stecker Park, Beatty's Field, Baseball Field Park, infield dirt, maintenance of fences.
And so no one questioned that last year, that we only had $14,000 in there. Someone should be looking at these things. I'm not even in this.
None of us were
Look,
here.
we understand your point, Mr. Slack, and the 3 minutes is now up.
Can I respond, Mayor?
Is there any other comment?
Wait,
It says 10
hold
minutes
on.
The
up.
other people
Yeah.
will use their 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Just give a couple minutes here. Is there anybody else that has any public comment?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. This is for budgetary. Go ahead.
Okay, so, first of all,
Let him,
He's
give him
done.
another 3 minutes. 'cause
All right.
he's the only one.
Go ahead.
You don't have to.
all right, well,
Go ahead. Gary's gonna yield your 3 minutes, Mr.
Let me
Slack.
just ask you, the surplus that's listed down here, the $848,250, what was that surplus from?
You want me to?
Go ahead.
Okay. Surplus is, at the end of the year, you have money in the bank, you have receivables.
I know.
Okay,
Okay.
forgive me then. All right, it's the money that you generate and is left over at the end of the day. And typically, that money is taken and used to go into the budget in the following year to help balance the budget. There's a bigger increase in this year's surplus because the town utilized what's called deferred school tax. It's a whole nother beast. The state allows you to do it. They took in $250,000 of deferred school tax, put it into surplus, so that they can put in a line item of $250,000 for road improvements. So that's why you're seeing a substantial increase in the use of surplus from one year to the next.
So that surplus is going to be used for the roads?
A portion of that, yes, the $250,000 increase that they increased the deferred school tax by. They actually increased it by $350,000. $250,000 was to do the roads, and $100,000 was to help offset the tax increase.
Okay. So there's $250,000 budgeted for that. What about the vehicles, $460,000? Do we need more of those vehicles?
That was an insurance payment that we're getting for the fire, so we've already received that money.
Well, for the fire, you got $450,000, so you're gonna use it to purchase vehicles?
Yes.
What vehicles are we purchasing?
We lost dump trucks, we lost a bunch of equipment, we lost the fire truck, we lost the front-end
Well, the
loader.
fire truck is separate. It's another item, $47,500.
That's a different fire.
That's
That's
a
a
different
payment
fire
plan
truck.
on.
That's,
And we need that this year.
Yes.
we need a pumper, you know.
All right. Okay, I'm not gonna go into anything further. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mr. Slack.
I guess my purpose up here is to keep looking at the taxes. They're going up. We're number one in the United States, property taxes. This is the reason why.
Thank you, Mr. Slack. Motion to close public
I'll
comment?
make that motion.
second,
All in favor?
so for me,
Okay, so
Yep.
motion to...
No, we're having some discussion now. Go ahead, Frank.
all right, so I just want to respond, first of all, Charlie, I just want to commend you, because not everybody looks at the budget like you have done, so whether we agree or disagree on anything, I definitely wanted to, commend you for looking at it.
We could talk about.
No, listen.
That's what people should be doing.
Everybody should be looking at the budget, okay? But a couple things I just want to correct for the record, because it's on video. So you made a couple of comments. You said something about we get an increase every year. Yeah, you got an increase every year, but it's not due to the municipal budget. You have to understand that.
Oh, you're right.
So the municipal budget that we're in control of, okay, now we weren't in control of the previous one, so we're not going to take credit for it, but I believe the last 2 or 3 years it's been a zero increase.
Right,
All
well,
right? I just want to set that straight for the record.
you're right.
So-
I was speaking generally,
Yeah,
school tax.
yeah, school tax.
We don't know what that is yet, do we?
No,
4 cents.
No.
well, nothing's official on it, but
That's good.
That's probably gonna go up too, right?
yeah. Unfortunately, we're all stuck in that boat, so,
As they get smaller.
Yeah, one other thing, you said we're number one in the country, just for the record. Our town is not number one in the country. I think you were talking about the state, if I'm correct.
Well, no property taxes.
Yeah.
For the state,
Yeah.
state, you're not saying Greenwich, just for the record, Greenwich is not the top, okay. And you mentioned something about why didn't we question stuff in previous budgets? Once again, to set the record straight, none of us were here for previous budget, so that's all I want to say.
Okay.
I don't like your job.
You know, Charlie, we're all taxpayers. And, Frank was adamant in not having any increase, and he tried the best way to try to come up, and we just could not. Nobody wants to increase taxes. Absolutely nobody.
No,
I get a 1% raise for like the last 5 years in a row. And my 1% raise is nothing, okay? And everything goes up.
That's what I was talking about.
Absolutely, but
You guys showing me the raises here, I mean, I don't know.
Just for the record, there are no raises in this budget for non-contractual people. They're getting not one penny more in this budget.
Okay.
It's
So
off the
we're
people on
trying
the
to
contract.
fix last year's budget. We're trying to fix last year's budget with appropriating the correct amounts for the PD, for the road department, so we don't have to, at the end of the year, scramble and try to find the money to cover those over expenditures.
There are some employees that do not have a contract.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought they were on the union.
No, there's only one union here, Charlie. It's the PBA for the police department. Everybody else is a non-contractual employee. So
And then,
they're
as
getting
far
zero.
as recreation, we're long overdue for the fields. We only own 2 fields, Stecker and what's behind here. Beatty's is, we leased that,
It's on loan.
and we got 200 kids in the lacrosse program, and we don't have a field for them.
We got over 300 kids in the field hockey program.
So there is a need for that, and no matter what, you're paying that 4 cents towards open space. If we don't use that, someday the
It's
state's
gonna go
going to
away.
come in and say, you know what, Greenwich, we're going to take that and put that into a state plan. Don't do that. They robbed the school district years ago.
Okay.
Well, we can't.
Let's move on.
We can't.
Time to move on. All right, we have the second reading, public hearing of ordinance number 2016-02.
Excuse me.
Sure.
We missed the introduction of the amendment to the 2016
Oh,
municipal
I'm
budget.
sorry.
Which will be 2016-52. It's the resolution, Auditor Mooney handed out the resolution to amend it into this budget.
Oh, this one?
Yes.
And it's, what is it, 2000?
16-52,
All right, so we have,
and you just need a motion to adopt the resolution.
a motion to adopt resolution 2016-52.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Frank seconded.
You're just introducing it tonight, and we're
Introducing.
going to have the hearing on it on June 30th.
June 30th, at 7,
Well, we got to make a motion for that meeting.
Yeah, we did that. All
yeah,
right,
well,
so-
it's on this resolution.
Is it on the
that we're
resolution?
adopting.
All right, so,
Down the bottom,
And then on
down
the
the bottom.
30th, we'll have the public hearing of it.
Right.
This is just to introduce it.
Resolution to introduce.
So I made the motion, Frank seconded, so no.
Yes.
You good?
Roll call. Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
We want the information on this. When we came out to do the audit, we were here at the end of May, early June, or later on in May. We found something that affected the introduced budget that you put out there. And what it was the debt service payment for principal and interest were off. We still don't have an amortization schedule, which is the schedule which tells you how much you have to pay back year after year. And Kathleen's going to come in this Saturday and go through every drawer in that office to go look for it. But we feel as though the numbers that were in there for the debt service were too low. So we adjusted them to what we believe, we did the calculation to come up with how much interest you were actually going to pay and what your principal payment actually was. So the principal payment in the budget, we increased by $5,000. That alone wouldn't have triggered an amendment, but the interest payment, we increased by about $16,000. That was more than 10% of the original line item, So that triggers an amendment to your budget, and that's why we're going through this second process. We'd rather get it right now that we found it, and it's not too late to go ahead and do this. Fix it now rather than have budget transfers later on in the year, because the whole goal was to get the budget right this year.
That's not affecting the increase.
This does not affect your tax rate. This does not affect the amount of surplus that you used. The offset to it was we brought up a revenue, and that was receipts from delinquent taxes. We had room to play with there. The state allows a certain amount, and we came in pretty conservative on it. We felt there was a little room in there, we can increase it, and that's what this is.
Okey-dokey.
Once you adopt this at the June 30th meeting, you don't have to adopt the budget, because adopting this effectively adopts the budget. But if you want to have a vote on that, that's fine as well.
Okay.
That's it?
You good to go?
We're done with the auditors.
I'm good to go.
Good to go with the auditors.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Lee.
you very much.
While you're here, any update on the sewer,
My audits are all due on June 30th. Right now, we're wrapping up your audit so that it's on time. I have 2 audits left to go. Once I'm done with that, then I turn my attention to the other projects I have lined up, and I'll be doing that sometime in July.
okay, thanks.
Good, done? I think we finished with our CFO, or would you like to stay for the rest of the evening?
I think we should say.
Would love to do whatever you like.
Wow, what a nice answer. That would be, that's called PC.
Do we have anything, does Mr. Finelli have anything?
No, I don't.
Anything from Mr. Finelli? Mr. Finelli, do you have anything?
Super nice of her.
Yes. But I do have a few things.
Let's say no.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
For
Ed.
me?
Thanks, guys.
Is there
Oh,
anything
for her. I thought you were saying, do I have anything?
No.
No, not for Kathleen, no.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood the question.
He was hoping only 2.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking for Kathleen.
All right,
So,
that's for Kathleen.
Kathleen?
Thank you, Miss Kathleen. All right, moving on, DPW report.
Yes.
Joe, you want to, go over,
You skipped your second reading of the ordinance.
I thought, oh my God, all right.
open the fire
I'll
department.
stay for your
What's that?
section. Always a pleasure
Okay.
to hear Joe.
Motion to open, what?
Public reading.
Yep.
Open public reading of, ordinance number 2016-02.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's public hearing, right?
Yep, this is
Right.
the public hearing
Make a motion for, public hearing.
Anybody have a,
Any comment?
Any comment?
on this ordinance.
Mm,
Okay.
There you go. Motion to close.
Motion made.
second?
Okay,
All in favor?
Aye.
So does that mean the clock starts now,
Have a
that Joe?
motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
I'll make that motion to adopt
I'll second.
2016-02.
I'll second that.
All right.
Now, the comment I only want to make to Joe, or to our attorney,
Hold on,
we're
roll
not doing the
call.
roll call yet,
No.
because we, yeah.
Oh, make comment, I'm sorry.
That ordinance reads 2 years from the adoption of this ordinance, correct?
Today.
Well, that says it today, yeah. The clock's ticking.
For what?
Firehouse.
Firehouse,
Oh,
okay?
clock's been ticking since 1999.
Yes.
But now it's official.
And don't forget this Saturday, 8 to 10. Pancake.
8 to 11, isn't it?
No, 8 to 10. 8 to 10. Pancake.
All right.
Kathleen, get there, eat early. get
Sorry,
there.
moving on, let's go.
Yeah, you'll be there, right?
DPW
Oh, yeah,
report.
when is it?
All right, so, wait,
Oh,
Joe,
wait.
make a comment on that.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Kevin?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Joe's doing DPW.
All right, DPW report, real quick to bring you up to speed with the building and stuff. All the equipment, vehicles that we own has been salvaged out. The only thing that's left is the wheel loader, which, for us to pay for properly stuff, which I have a bill back on my desk, we got to pay Modern. They give us a bill of sale, then it can be salvaged out. The road department this week, or DPW this week, we got everything pretty much salvaged out metal-wise out of them buildings. Application's been put in for a demo permit, should have it Monday or Tuesday, then we're gonna start tearing the building down. So there should be a cement pad hopefully by the end of next week. unless there's any delays. Also, applied for, electrical permit to put in a new meter. We're gonna mount a meter on the pole, get the service connected, and put an underground service and have it in the ground, get the park and the pavilion up on electric. We're gonna need that for September, and a couple other events through the summer here. As a matter of fact, we've lost out on some rentals because there's been no electric out there because of the fire. So the meter for that and the system will be tied in underground out on the pole, and we'll have the conduit in the ground for the new building when that comes into place. So we'll have that all taken care of. As for our other things, just received a new tractor that takes care of the sidewalk, snow removal, and sidewalk stuff, just delivered today. The DPW truck is still probably December sometime, and just waiting for, I think everything to work. Oh no, I got to start making plans to order the replacement snow plows for 2 pickup trucks and 2 maintenance vans, which they usually start taking their orders by July, August, and getting them replaced.
Joe, I'm sorry.
The check that you wrote tomorrow for that whatever that thing was, that's coming out of insurance money, correct?
Yes, that'll be insurance money.
Okay.
To pay off that loader. That figure was figured out to be $110,000. They used our 3/4 of our rental fee as coming off of it, and then $110,000 was left of that. The insurance money backfilled from the fire tanker, which I put in, and asked them to fill in, and there's a $36,000 outstanding check yet coming in. We'll pay the $110,000 from to take care of that issue.
Okay.
And then we'll have to discuss the building. I got a quote coming in, received a quote Wednesday, and I got another quote waiting for the building to go forth with that. Plus, I'd like to sit down, get permission to sit down with Mike to see what we have to do to possibly put together a spec also, just in case we have to go that avenue to spec something out. So we have everything covered as we move forward,
So you want that motion tonight from us?
if possible, yeah.
To meet with Mike?
Yeah, to see what we need to put together to maybe put a spec together for the building.
Yeah, because what you can do, besides the meeting with them, why don't you authorize Mike to draft a spec?
Mike, why don't you draft the spec for the DPW garage?
More than happy to do so.
So we're gonna make a motion.
And also, when you draft the spec for the garage, why don't you add the record storage thing into it also?
Yeah, I would think so.
The garage and the record storage?
None of that the insurance covers, right?
No.
Okay. All right, well then.
I just want to know how to charge it.
All right.
Joe,
Right.
do you want to make that motion now?
Yeah.
Want to vote on it? Okay,
Okay. So we'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Frank?
Good, Joe?
Yes.
Arquette?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes. Is good, Joe?
Joe, regarding the email exchange we had about the,
Specs ready for next month?
I don't know. Is it ready?
What's that?
I guess it would be ready. If you're demoing the building
Yeah.
next week, that might be tough. I mean, the truck specs and the equipment stuff, we can knock those out. This is a little more...
I think you can knock it out.
We're talking July, we're not talking
We're talking July.
No, don't, June 30th. Okay.
Have a spec ready for that building?
Good spec ready for in a month?
July for, you have the bid ready so that you can go out and do specs?
It may be, because the pole barn doesn't need a foundation and stuff
Yeah.
like that. We're gonna use the existing pad
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
All right, well, that's why we have to
I'll
push
get-
it.
I'll get together with you.
Yeah, okay.
I already know where we wanna be
All
with
right.
it. I've been working on getting quotes for the record storage before, when it was gonna be a separate building anyway. So it'll just be an attachment to it.
Just get together and,
Things like that.
Well, just so we're all clear here, having the spec done by the next meeting is doable. I know what we've been able to do with some of this other stuff is actually, when I get the authorization, I do the spec, it goes out to bid, and we award it at the next meeting. That is impossible. there's no way in God's green earth that we could ever do that for the building.
No,
But we can have the spec done, that's the whole, okay.
He wants you to go over the specs in
Fine,
case he has to
that's,
go out for
I'm
bid.
thinking have it ready to award for next month, so, okay.
He wants you just in
Fine.
case that has to go out for
Okay.
bid. It's not like it's going out to bid, he just wants to meet with you in
So we
case it
have
has
all
to.
the ducks in a row.
Oh, all right, well then-
We're gonna
Yeah.
be taken.
Okay?
All right, well, who's, I guess, making the call as far as when it goes out to bid? That would be next month, if it needs to go out to
When we
bid.
come, when we need to, if that's...
Okay,
Okay,
that's
yes,
fine.
sir.
Then even better, okay. So
You're gonna sit down,
It's all good. Yeah, that's a no problem.
We got a quote from them and stuff, yeah.
yeah, it's not good.
Kim, is it possible, I feel like the information from the insurance company is like really just trickling in, like so slow. We need to get a handle on what we're getting, what is happening. Let's get the budget adopted on the 30th, and then after that, we've got to meet with them and say, we need to know what's
Mr.
happening.
Mr. Lavery, is it possible to send our insurance company a letter stating that it's been almost 6 months now, and it's time that we have to get moving because of structural damage that is unsafe to our property?
Sure, a typical insurance company, pay your premium, and it's time to pay it.
Right.
And that's the thing, I need to know, if we have to do an ordinance to bring all this together to actually appropriate the funding, you know, that's a couple, you know the routine. We just
Yeah,
need, we need
is
a
it possible
handle
to send
on
them a letter from your firms? And
So,
hopefully,
you give the information about what we got, yeah, whatever they said they're gonna give us, and what we got to date, and then it's like you say, look, when are we gonna get the rest of the
we need the balance, we gotta get this place under cover by winter time. There with that. Right. Okay,
Yeah, just a quick question about the email exchange we had about the weed killer application of it.
The line, yes.
Yeah, they said nobody's licensed in town to do it.
Joe's on the school for it.
Oh, okay, that was my question.
Well, once I get my certified public works manager, because they do that spring and fall. If not me, I'll have one of the guys get it, we'll check that out.
Okay.
But we're looking at probably not till fall for someone's license.
Do you need to be a CPWM, Joe, to get that license, or it's not a
No,
requirement? You
that's
don't
not-
have to...
That's
All right.
through DEP,
All right.
So what
commercial applicator's license.
can the township do in the meantime to try to clean up that berm?
Wait for the farmer to get the crop out of the field. I can't work off private property. I gotta
Right,
work
right,
on
right.
farm property.
Okay, so when's that happening? The farmer getting the crop out of the field? You know?
What's the,
We're talking about Rob.
We're talking about where the park is.
But
There's a
that,
berm along there, it's got,
but that piece of property is leased to him, correct?
Right.
So does the township have any responsibility in maintaining that berm, or is it up to the farmer?
but is he planting on the right of way, Mike?
They dumped on and everything, that's not farm.
The right of way
The homeowner residence
County
has been
road
dumping
along the
stuff.
frontage, or...
The right of way along the property of
I
the
mean,
home?
the access easement?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, sure.
Oh, he's planting on the right of way?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's an easement on a piece of paper. There's no physical evidence of that. It's clear.
So when did you say, when is that supposed to be, Larry?
Well, it's
couple of weeks, he said.
Couple weeks.
There's a couple weeks.
All right, so if it's harvested in a couple of weeks, that means we would have access to town, right?
Well, he's gonna plant his next crop, the soy.
Yeah.
All right, so then we don't have access, that's what I was
No,
trying to do.
no, we don't want access till
Till
October.
October, okay.
And he's paid for a year.
Okay, that was my question. All right, thanks.
Joe, one other thing, and I know Will's
Have you walked
probably
that
calling
property
this.
too?
The lawn going up Greenwood Street, like Memorial Day, it was almost 4 feet high. It was like, you know, the
County right
county.
away, county road come up.
Yeah, why does it take so long for them to, why do they wait for it to be 3 feet high for 15 minutes?
Well, I understand that they had some equipment problems.
Yeah, but if
They
it's
got
on our
aging
property, we're
equipment,
responsible, whether it's
They
residents or
got
not. Now,
probably
what's part of that?
triple the amount of road. The Alpha Garage takes care of roadsides from Asbury all the way through Cohasset through here and up to Warren
So at
County
what
Fair.
point should you be making a call to the county saying, hey, it's 2 feet, it needs to be cut?
We told him,
Greenwood Street, remember I was complaining about it?
we took care of it,
Yeah, but what about the next time?
and you just made a phone call, like I did,
Why?
and I had it done that day.
Well, it should be, I think, Joe's responsibility to say, hey, I've been going up and down the street, I noticed it's 2 feet high, I didn't
The county the response I got from the county when you had that email that was sent out, and I had the county cut it that day, the county was down 2 mowers, and they were waiting for 2 brand new mowers to come in by the end, actually that week. And the person I contacted from the county, out of courtesy, made it a priority that he sent down 2 mower crews to cut the weeds on our street to make our town beautiful. But
Okay, so I don't want to see it over 2 feet. So
they cut it 3 times a year.
How many times?
3. Memorial Day, just after the 4th of July, and just after
And that's
Labor
about
Day.
our schedule for our country roads also.
Yeah.
That's all they do for their country
If
roads.
I'm gonna mow that every 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not gonna get storm drains, paving done,
Right.
and all the other summertime work.
Just like if you look at the highway grass is cut 3 times a year. 3 times a
Wow.
year. That's all you're gonna get.
All right?
And just along with that, that's probably more burst to come from this table up here than me trying to tell another DPW guy. That'd be like them coming in and say, Joe, you gotta mow your side of the
Okay.
roads.
And if you want to, another thing too is I made the phone call because of Dumont in 519, the maple tree was covering the light that you couldn't see. I made that phone call and I got it done in an hour for you, so.
No, that was liability.
Yeah, so we took care of it. But they actually mowed this Prima Street down to like dirt,
Good.
so. All right, Joe, do you need,
I got a couple other things. First off is also an emergency generator. DPW will be putting in the pad and I gotta have the permit ready for that tomorrow to pick it up. So we'll have the pad going. That's a grant. We got the money set aside. Me and Mike come back and forth with electrical specs for that also.
Okay.
Hopefully by the end of summer, the building will be on an emergency generator.
okay,
All right. The other things are, with the budget being approved and stuff, is to take part-timer Jeff Howe from part-time status to full-time. We discussed this during budget meetings. The money's been appropriated stuff. We're halfway through the year. And then, I don't know if this is by resolution or what, he's already an employee of town. Also, adjusting, some of the part-timers' salaries because we set the scale there for years of service. This copy of the scale is on the back of my DPW notes. 1 to 3 years to stay at $14 an hour, 4 to 6, $1.50 bump every 3 years up to, I think it's to 15, I believe. I didn't make a copy of that for myself.
And we have that money, Kathleen?
Joe put it in his
That was all,
budget,
that
yes.
was all budgeted through my salary. It only affects one person, and that would be Kyle Brown. He's got 4 years and 8 months of service.
So,
so you need a motion to hire,
from part-time to full-time.
Go ahead.
We can do it?
motion
And will
to,
he be getting health insurance too?
I didn't ask him that question. I know he has it through his wife. She worked through one of the and I was hoping if that's the case,
We budgeted
have
for
to
either
go
way.
full-time start the week of June 27th. That'll be the next pay period, if it's possible.
It sounds more appropriate to wait till the budget's adopted and then make that motion.
Kathleen's saying it's okay. The money's there, right?
Money's there, what, in
It's
the new budget, which
yeah.
hasn't been adopted yet. Well, I mean, I don't know.
It is a temporary budget that he's operating off of, cover it.
Mike, any comments on that?
As long as it's in the temporary budget and it's covered, then.
All right.
So he would be full-time effective the 27th of
June.
June.
It's Jeff Howe?
Let me know about the benefits though,
Yes.
so we don't
Yeah.
wait too long.
No, absolutely.
Pending benefits? So,
No pending benefits, just hire
so
him
make a
full-time.
motion to hire, Jeffrey Howe full-time for the road department, effective,
If he chooses the benefits, we have to give it to him.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
start. Just so
yeah.
everybody's
Yeah,
aware.
right, we don't have a choice,
You know,
yeah.
sometimes you hire somebody that's covered by their spouse, but if something happens, we have to provide, just so everybody knows.
Right.
And what's the salary?
$20 an hour.
so, motion to hire Jeffrey Howe full-time effective June 27th, 2016. Right? Make the motion
$20
for
per hour.
$20
You making
per
that
hour.
motion?
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes. Congratulations.
You get any money for the salvage of the vehicle, sir?
What's that?
Money from the salvage of the vehicle?
Goes to the truck.
Insurance is going to, okay.
The two other things, and like, they can wait till the budget's approved, but we're gonna need, resolution, the winter staff that comes in, takes care of the snow and stuff, to, right now, we were only paying them $14 an hour, and they were starting to look other places, and a lot of them have been here, like I said, we discussed in the meetings and stuff. I come up with a scale here. CDL drivers, guys that have the CDL license, the professional license, to make $20 an hour while they're doing the winter snow work and salting and plowing. Non-CDL drivers to go to $17 an hour. Once again, this DPW salary base does reflect that amount on an average. I took the highest year of 200 hours per part-time position to cover that. That was in there going there. So in the DPW salary, that was to cover that. Granted, we didn't have the bad winter, but we're going to use that 200 hours this year? No. But I had to have some kind of number to work off of, so I took a number where we were close.
You need a resolution or you need a motion?
He
I
says he
just have
can
a
wait.
question.
So
Yeah.
you wait.
Is
Wait
it,
till the
do you
adoption.
think it's fair to pay a part-time worker $20 an hour when that's what you're hiring the full-time worker at?
Well, he has a CDL license there, where the full-time employee will make out after the 3 o'clock magic hour, he's time and a half now.
Okay,
Where the other guys, they're still at that $20
all right,
an hour.
that was just a thought.
So the wintertime guys, $20 flat, no matter how many hours you
No
work.
matter how many hours or what
Gotcha.
time of the day that they're working.
And the DPW employee is
The
time and a half.
full-time employee will become time and a half. And then the last one that I had on there, it was a discussion, since I was made salary and stuff, to receive comp time for winter hours or storm-related hours that I work outside of my 7 to 3 normal times. I don't get compensated time and a half pay, but I'd like to see maybe comp hours, because I do fill a truck during the snowstorms.
Yeah, we'll probably have to take a look at the personnel policy to see, and then you'll have to make a decision on addressing that, because we have to do that, if we do it for you, we have to make it more consistent, so, I'll get Kim to get a copy of that, and then I'm gonna talk to James Piper about that. Take a look at the-
Yeah, it's not something we need to work on.
No.
This is just no.
And that includes call-outs for after hours.
I think
Well,
executive
no,
session.
what I do is, if there's smaller call-out hours, unless none of the other guys are available, then I take it, but I give it to the part-timers and the other guys. I don't handle the small
I mean-
call-outs.
Yeah, I mean, like call-outs after hours,
Yes.
they go first. and then you-
Yeah, they go first, and I'm using myself as the last resort.
Okay, and if they need you, you just go,
Yep,
okay.
yep, and in the supervisory role, I'm a supervisor. I
Okay.
don't need, they're out there working, doing that, and I need to be their supervisor. That's part of
All
my
right, well,
job.
Mr. Lavery's gonna look at that and
Nope, that's fine.
get that all squared away for you. You need to hire Austin Lee.
Yes, that was the other one, that's our summertime help to start, matter of fact, Monday if possible, Tuesday. I got him on 27 hours, starting, Tuesday to Friday.
Kathleen, everything good? So you need a motion to hire him?
He is hired to start him up again for summertime work. He is on the rolls, he's part of
Okay, okay.
our.
Is that just an FYI, or do you need a?
Yeah.
That's fine, okay.
It's just an FYI.
Good to go.
Okay.
All the changes for the salaries will not be salary raise.
And he's only within a year, so he's still $14 now. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Oh, by the way, wasn't there a thank you in here? Or was that just this thing?
We have sent an email for thanking him for the garden.
For the,
For
oh,
mowing the garden.
519 or whatever.
yeah. The email for thanking the Barnett property there.
But I'm gonna make it
Okay.
special.
Was there handwritten one in here?
That's special. Coffee time.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Oh, we gotta look at that step.
All right.
Okay, do we need a motion to accept the DPW report? Motion to accept the DPW report?
I make that motion?
Second.
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes. Excuse me. Historical Commission, resignation of Helen Hawk.
I make that motion with regrets.
Second.
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes. And Historical Commission, the appointment of Pat Carabinas.
I make a motion to appoint Pat Carabinas.
Second.
Second.
Kenya?
Yes.
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes. Police Department monthly report. Any questions? Make a motion to accept the Police Department report.
I have a comment to make, but we'll do that after,
Okay.
well, I'll second that. Okay, so you made the motion?
Mm-hmm.
I was just surprised that I only see 22 tickets in the month of May. That's only, that's a ticket a day.
Okay. What was our call volume?
I have no idea. So I want Bob to look at that. I just think, I mean, I could sit at that blinking light to write 22 in a day. But I know that there's sometimes there's only one cop on, and, they're not doing patrol, traffic patrol, but,
Rest or whatever.
right,
Okay.
Kenya?
yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Yes. Fire Department, blue light permit for, Cody Rieger.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
Kim, what's wrong with your voice?
You all right?
Okay?
All right, Bill.
You all right?
Mayor, may I comment?
Oh.
Just under the fire department,
Okay.
I did hand in an apparatus replacement schedule in there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know we just passed the budget, but we're going to start thinking of the replacement of the fire apparatus next year. It's 25 years old. It's
Pumper,
5
right?
years. It's 5 years overdue. Recommended replacement of 20 years by state recommendations. And with pushing that 5 years, it's pushed us 5 years closer to the other one. We had a nice 10-year gap in between there. We were able to get one paid off, then purchase the next one. Now, kick the can closer to being paid for two at the same time, or we're gonna roll the dice and leave that truck go 25 years.
How much for a new one?
We're gonna
600,000.
estimate about $600,000.
Thank God Kathleen left.
Yeah, she would have fainted.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Kenick?
School board update. The only thing I have, I want to hold off on that shared services contract till next month. I don't think that's going to be a problem because it's dated in August.
I don't know, they asked me if I could send them a copy of our agreement.
What's
Oh.
your service?
So that's why.
Shared services, the law, and it's in your packet. So we'll put it off to July. I want to meet with the superintendent of the school along with Mark Fornicari and the Breck, because there's some issues that I don't like what I'm seeing with their winter program and, parents guarding doors, which never had to be in the past. So before we agree to that agreement, I think there has to be a couple of little changes. Municipal court report is in one of the tabs.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to accept that report.
Second. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the last thing I have is the weigh station. I would like to set up some type of meeting with the head of the weigh station, Senator Mike Doherty, and maybe our attorney can get a letter out, because I'd like to know what's going on at that weigh station, because I pass it every morning, and they just go in and they go out. So I would like somebody from the state police to explain to us why the tickets are nowhere like it used to be when it first opened up. And are the trucks that safe? that they're passing, all the regulations.
While you're at it, you can ask them why they're allowing them to park on the shoulder, too.
Right, and going to work this morning at 6:15 in the westbound lane, there was about 8 trucks parked past the way station.
On the shoulder.
They're probably told, hey, your passenger limit, take an hour or two break. I don't think it's appropriate there.
The station
I agree.
before the way station.
What's that? This was after the way
That's
station.
what she-
So they might have pulled in and then pulled out.
I've seen them parked on the shoulder right before exit 4.
Oh, that one.
I've seen them at night, 2 trucks, 2 times, parked on the shoulder as you're getting off.
But
I don't understand why
going
they're
in the
allowed.
morning, I get on at exit 4, or whatever it is, exit 4 there, and the sign is open, okay? The trucks go in, and they go right out. So,
No, but they have a quick way.
but there's no cops there.
Yeah.
There's two cop car
Okay.
vehicles there, an unmarked and a regular troop, okay? But they're not even going into the way, because the way station's to the right of the building, they're going to the left of the building. So they're not even going. All I know is I want somebody from the state police here, and I like to have our state senator, because that's a lot of federal money that was spent on that way station, and we are not getting the bang from the buck that was spent. So Mike Lavery, I'll make the motion to contact our state senator to see if we can get reports of maybe the last 2 or 3 years of the ticket volume, and they can explain to us why the ticket volume is basically nothing. So that's my motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it,
Okay.
sure.
Roll call?
Bill, I've seen trucks.
Kenya?
Yes.
Sorry.
Kenya?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
That's it.
No.
What was that?
The motion passes.
Does it pass? Don't we need,
Passes.
Passes. 2 to 1.
2 yes.
Yeah, on the motion, as long as you got a quorum.
okay.
Quorum here.
2 to 1,
I
that's
thought we-
Now, it gets dicey when you have ordinances, like for introduction, you need 3 of 5, and then for
Okay.
form of government, you need, for bonds, you need more, but
There we go. Okay.
No, that's it.
Township engineer, you got 5 minutes.
Okay,
Hey, you just 7 minutes past.
Mhm.
oh,
Don't blow.
I'm gonna get us back on target. Okay, let me not jinx myself.
2 minutes.
All right, following my report that I had sent out, the municipal roadway evaluation, basically, last month we talked about it, we confirmed that there's $459,000. The new gentlemen have managed the budget for this year's program, actually to make up for what happened last year. The roads in question that we are doing, this is based upon a meeting, discussions with Joe, our office, Greens Ridge Road, Stones Crossing, so basically Kennedy Mills will be getting done. Standish Place, which is development next adjacent. Birch Lane, which is Forest Ridge, which is in really bad shape. That was actually on our plan noted as its own special project. So the fact we're able to get, well, we hope we're able to get Birch Lane done, and this, let's say, the westernmost section of New Village Road. So, based upon severity of problems, roadway degradation, our rating, and the locale of all the roads being at the very southern end of the town, that is, I would say, our respective proposal for this year's program. Obviously, we can't go out to bid until the budget's passed, but that's the roads we propose to do. That was how we left it last month, was I was gonna give you the proposal. There it is.
What is it, 5,000?
Everybody good with that? Okay, we will proceed. We'll keep you posted, of course. Okay, the number 5 in my report, the POHAT, OU2 project, again, the groundwater contamination. I gave you a little bit of an update. There was an email that came in. So the project's still moving along. Construction, maybe next year. No, they didn't say that in the email, but design plans completed by January 2017, so maybe. But we haven't heard anything in a long time, so just the fact that we got correspondence was actually somewhat encouraging. Okay, sewer project referendum is on for November. Joe talked about the emergency generator. The only other thing, really, is number 12, which is the Stormwater Pollution Prevention Plan, the SPPP. This is Greenwich is a Tier A town, and there's two types of towns, and I'll explain the difference quick. There's Tier A, Tier B. This tier designation relates to stormwater compliance and the stormwater permit that we were given many years ago by the state. Because of the density of development that exists at the western side of town, it is, in many respects, we argued why we were a Tier A. We lost the argument. We've been filing the annual reports and doing our thing, and Gene Weber from our office kind of handles this primarily. He's been dealing with Joe on the annual filings and the reports. Okay. The state recently mandated all Tier A towns had to update their stormwater pollution prevention plans, the SPPPs. Okay. Anybody read this? God bless you. May 18th, we sent this out to everybody. Forwarded to Kim. All you guys got a copy. With basically updating the Township Stormwater Pollution Prevention Plan to current standards. There's things like fueling of trucks, cleaning, upgrading of inlets. A lot of stuff that's already happening, but this kind of formalizes it, I guess, if you want to call it that. So, we're mandated to do it. We've done it. We've passed it along. You need to just if you're comfortable, we can do this next month if you like, would be to make a motion to adopt the Stormwater Pollution Prevention Plan developed by our office, submitted to you guys in May, and we'll send it out to the state, and that this is our new plan. So, comfortable with it?
I haven't had a chance to look at it, so, if we could do it next month, that'd be great.
Yeah. Joe, you've seen it, right, Joe?
Yeah.
You got any comments? I mean, this got a lot to do with you, so.
Okay. If you two guys want to go, that's fine. Yeah, make the motion.
I make the motion to, we want to be stormwater.
Adopt the 2016 revised Stormwater Pollution Prevention Plan.
Can they adopt this 2-1?
2016,
Okay.
2016
Stormwater Pollution Prevention Plan, SPPP.
Yeah, that too.
Second.
Just to get it down in Trenton form. I read it before.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Mike, before you
Sure.
end your session here,
Mhm.
a couple of the members asked about the land use board, why we have to send it. Maybe you want to just...
The members of, what members?
The town committee.
Oh, the township
They're inquiring,
Oh,
why we
sure.
have to send it. Maybe just give a quick update of why it
All
has
right.
to go there. So this is the
Absolutely.
park plans.
that,
Can we just go for that one?
Yeah,
The
we
park
gotta go.
plan. There's a section in the municipal land use law, and I'm sure Attorney Lavery can chime in here as well. Subsection 31, which talks about capital expenditures. And when a township, in this case, a governing body, is expending monies for capital improvement type of projects, it needs to go to the Township Planning Board, Land Use Board, in our case, Land Use Board, of course, for what's called a courtesy review, not a formal review, and a master plan consistency determination. Okay. It's a requirement, it's somewhat of a formality, and not that I'm saying this will happen, and Mike can certainly back me up on this. If the Land Use Board, hypothetically, says, we hate the project, what are you guys doing, it's all wrong, you are not bound to do anything, or to listen. I don't expect that to happen, of course. I love the project, but I'm biased. So that's it. Mike, anything you want to add, anything?
No, we had a brief discussion before the meeting started,
Oh.
basically that same.
Okay. So,
Whether they like it or hate it, the committee can still go ahead with it.
exactly. So, then,
Will that make you feel better, Bill?
Yes, so it's one meeting, we're not gonna drag it out all
Well, I mean,
No,
to be honest,
it's
Mike, let
one
me say
meeting.
this, though, is it gonna be where they're gonna make recommendation, what, or is it just gonna be, this conforms to the master plan, yes or no, vote?
this is what I suspect, Frank, and actually, somebody's gonna have to direct Beth. I've sent Beth and John Drill and Barbara the plans, so they have the Barbara Margulies. So they got the plans. I think somebody, in fact, Kim, well, no, you're going to send a letter to the land use board telling them that they have to put this on their July agenda.
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. Basically, Tom, I would think, or John, should direct Beth to do a master plan consistency review. Obviously, I'm not doing any review as the board engineer, because it's my plan. So Beth may prepare a little review report, maybe not.
And they vote yes or no, they
And
accept the
then
report?
I will, I'm sure, give a quick presentation, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I would think that some of the open space rec guys should be there as well.
Have you telling her to do that?
No, this would be,
July 13th.
yeah, this is Tom who would direct Beth to
Who's
do that,
director?
Tom or John?
Well, Tom, because he's the chairman, but it would be John.
John.
What's that?
Mr. Lavery? No, would the chairman or the board attorney direct the board planner to do this review?
I think it would be board chair.
Okay.
So in that letter that you're gonna send, can we say, please direct the planner to this way Wilkes
Well,
sign
it's
it?
kind of been done, actually. There's been email exchange that's already occurred, okay.
Well, you brought up the question, that's what I mean.
Yeah, no, well, that's what should happen. Everybody comfortable with what I said?
I'm done.
Everybody got it?
Yep.
Okay?
I have, one question for you. I know, bring it up, but, a year or two ago, what the hell was his name? I want to come in, brought up about that house on Washington Street.
Oh, 308 Washington Street.
Let me tell you
That's the one?
something.
Yep.
We seriously have to really start looking at that house because it is really starting to lean.
We are in great shape in that respect. If you go to, oh boy, item number 6 in my report, unfit dwellings.
Mhm.
We did reports, in particular, we did a detailed study of that particular home.
I know you wanted to tear it down and,
Well, you guys decide whether it gets torn
well, no,
down.
I know, that's
Yeah.
what he wants to do.
Is that what we were doing?
Well,
What was Frank doing?
well, that's where, we did, as the engineer, and as actually, I think as the township health officer, I think I was in that capacity as well, in this
There's
situation.
there's no errors to anything in that house or something like that, wasn't it?
No. We had passed it on to the prior township attorney, and he had to move it forward. There's some legal processes that have to happen for us being the township,
Right.
to start getting close to the demo of the building, should that be the eventual result. It kind of never happened, and it kind of drifted off.
But I really think that, if you could, and it's gonna need a serious effort because I drive by it just about every day,
So do I.
and it's really lean, and I think before somebody gets hurt, it's right next to Troy Rush. It's leaning towards Russia.
Yeah, I would recommend, well, for me to send the report to Mr. Lavery, who's never seen said report,
Mhm.
and he can look at our unfit dwelling section of the code, and if you want, authorize Mr. Lavery to kind of start the process moving forward. The report, what normally is the bigger effort is done,
Yeah.
which is our stuff.
Why don't you send me this stuff, and then at the next meeting, I'll report.
June 30th?
These are what our options.
Okay.
And then you can decide.
Like I said, I'm only suggesting it because it's leaning really bad when you look at
I
it.
haven't really looked at every, I'll look.
I don't know,
tomorrow.
if
Where's the
you,
oil tank? I know somebody said there's
some in the backyard or something like
above
that.
ground?
No, I think it's not above ground.
Below ground, isn't it?
Kim, or, you know?
I don't know.
Anyway, if you, yeah, I mean, if you drive by that house, and if you look at the front door, it's,
I'll definitely
It's
take
pushing.
a close look now. I mean,
you
I
know,
drive past it all the
it's
time.
pushing right back. The only reason I say, like I say, it looks like it shifted
Can you
about,
check to see where that oil tank is, if it's in the back, above ground, or?
Well, if it's visible, why
Yeah,
can
it's
well, right.
visible. You don't want to-
Yeah. We
Okay,
can,
that's all I have.
we've got a lot of pictures. I could probably go right to the file for a while, actually.
okay, do you have anything else?
No, that was, I was done before, actually, so.
No, just
Yep,
look at that.
no, thank you.
All right,
No, we're not.
I guess, you're good to go. Township attorney,
Nothing, Mr. Mayor, other than what we discussed in executive session.
you.
Thank you.
Public comment?
I'll make a motion.
Second,
All right, Gary.
3 minutes, Gary.
Tanya,
What?
yes or no? Public comment.
Oh, yes.
Good.
Aye.
Gary, no,
Okay, thank you, Gary.
Actually, it's a shame that he left, because I was gonna give him some insight that maybe he should have attended the budget meetings. And he would have gotten more information for what he was upset about. Not to go against police department by any means, but talking about speeding on Main Street, North Main Street in particular. To give you a factual status report on the signage that we put up and painted on the roadway,
Let's hear it.
has done absolutely nothing. Not working one bit.
Great.
It's to the point now where, and while we appreciate the efforts to try and do something, we did, it just didn't work. I think it was Sunday night, I was outside taking care of the flowers in the front, and within the course of 45 minutes, 8 cars went past my house at over 50 miles an hour, according to the radar sign. It got to the point where I got so disgusted, I started walking out into the road, pointing at the sign as the cars were going by. That would be the only reason why they would put on the brakes. Is if I would point to the sign saying, "Are you kidding me? Look how fast you're going. You're in a 25-mile-an-hour zone."
Just don't get yourself hurt.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna hurt that.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll refer it to Jerry.
As far as, and I know those guys are limited, and they have enough problem as well, but, just to give you an idea as to what, so if anybody ever comes back to you saying, "Hey, Greenwich, did that how it work?" You can say, "Hey."
Okay. Gary, just out of curiosity, Washington Street, South Main, anything? I'm just
If
curious.
I'm not there enough, she might, she's out there for a
I'll
crossing.
tell you just a little bit that I'm there on the crossing, but people fly. They
Yeah.
fly in all directions.
I can tell you personally that people fly on Wyndham Farms Boulevard when I walk my dog at night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, no, we can talk about a lot of
I
things.
just
Oh,
on Gary
yeah.
Road,
You
where
know,
they're
or, you mean,
flying at
past my
night.
house, I mean, we can.
I gotta
say
walk my
that.
dog 10 feet off the curb because they fly around the
No,
corners
it's
at
a
nighttime.
The other thing to
problem.
bring up real quick for you, Bill, you brought up about the way station.
Right.
That has been a thorn in the side of the township for a very
Yep.
long time. As you know, I've attended a lot of meetings here, and a lot of the discussions, a
Excuse
lot of
me.
the excuses that the state police have been giving the town.
What is the manpower issue? I don't know. Yeah.
They haven't had any new troop classes in the last several years, that they've been severely understaffed. That was fine, so, some, can't think of the correct terminology right now, but some fuel for your fire. They just had 3 classes in a row, the troopers that came out. So,
What's a class, Gary? How many?
195
Yeah.
people graduated
Oh.
from the state police, and our area is only scheduled to get 1 person out of that class.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Well,
the-
isn't that a different position too, there's CDL, there's special training?
they're Title 49, they're specialty trained in that
To the
unit.
point where they're not even considering opening that now, because if you notice, you may have noticed, they actually have permanent gates blocking the entrance into the way station.
They've always had them there.
Just be-
Keep the trucks from going in there.
Yeah, well, they,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they really
yeah.
have,
That's for them to close it at nighttime when they're done, so the trucks don't go in there at nighttime and sabotage all the stuff.
there's already rust on the chains. So this is
And that's one of the
more
reasons
excuse than not.
why I want our senator here.
But yeah, I mean,
I don't think you should
like
go
said,
that way.
There was a lot of money put into that,
Yeah, we should.
It's
and
federal money. You can't tell somebody to write a ticket.
I'm not telling them to write tickets. obviously, they don't need to write a ticket because all the trucks are passing. You know, they're all in perfect condition.
But
I'm
it's
not- but I
not
wanna hear
even
that.
the tickets, it was sold to the township as a safety, because it's the main corridor for New York City. That this one's gonna be a way to prevent suspicious and terroristic type activity, that they were gonna be able to catch these people before they got into the city. So it's not even just the tickets for being overweight and unsafe, there was that side of it that was sold to the town as well.
Yeah, I'm not making excuses for him, but what I was told was, they were looking to hire retired troopers to come back and work the scale house, because out of a unit that was supposed to have 110 guys, they only have 50. And they just opened a new scale house on 287 too. So, they rotate our scale house every other week.
You know, we can get the state senators involved, but, you know, maybe the push needs to be, look, you know, we're gonna start making our complaints to Washington that you're not.
Call Leonard
You
Lansing,
spend all
too.
that money for that, and
Mike?
absolutely nothing.
Federal money was involved, and Senator Lance to that.
It's a shame.
Well, you know, the Express Times just had an article about how bad Route 78 is, at the stretch, all the accidents involving trucks and cars. It was just a big article, either last Sunday or the Sunday before, about, you know, how dangerous 78 is. That was put there to prevent some of the stuff that's going on. So, you know,
How do you prevent it?
You can talk to both faces.
yeah.
All right, we all good? Thank you.
I'll make a motion to close.
Second.
Public comment.
Second,
Okay, motion,
motion to adjourn?
yep.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Good job.
Over?
All in favor?
Who think the police station is?
Hold on, I gotta turn the...
Hold on. We all done?
We're done.
Enjoying your coffee,